Going twice. It says this webinar is on the air. Good afternoon, everybody. Let me and our usual panel of episodes have more response to our Ryan and the Motivation Manifesto Mastermind discussion. And I'm going to leave and go get my copy of the book, which is on the other side of the room, because I was reading it this morning. So, anybody have anything to say? We agreed last week, and that's right, you weren't on last week, Bob, and we agreed that we were going to pick up in the same chapter, Advance with Abandon, I believe is the name of the chapter, and mostly about getting into action.
Right. How far did you guys get last week?
You know, I don't know that there's an answer to that question, because we were sort of all over the place last week. It wasn't. I don't think there was a real organization. Page 1, page 2, page 3.
Yeah, you know what? We I would say halfway through the book, the chapter, but I don't really think we even did that.
Yeah, we just talked about the concepts.
Right.
And in fact, and I'll start the conversation today because I just put it up in my Coffee with Len video this morning, and I'll tell you, it really hit me yesterday hard. I went to the gym yesterday, and I had a personal trainer for the first time in a long time. And, you know, I've got arthritis in my hip. And it's the same thing. When the hip is sore, if I sit down and rest it, it gets stiff. If I go work it, it gets better.
Mm-hmm.
But there's an initial pain to go through. And it's the same thing with everything we do in life.
Exactly.
We don't want to do a video because we're afraid of what people might think, or we don't want to do a blog post because we're not quite ready. And you know, and if you push through that pain and get into action, it gets better.
It creates momentum. It creates a whole momentum thing. Once you get going, it's like starting a freight train again. You know, a freight train, you can't stop a freight train, but getting it going, it takes a long time to get that puppy going.
Well, the important thing I realized is that the pain of sitting still and doing nothing is worse than the pain of getting your butt in gear and doing the thing that you're afraid to do.
Right. I agree.
Anyhow, I'm going to go get my copy of the book, so you guys can talk without me.
We'll talk it over, yeah. Yeah, so Larry, did you have it? Did you have your book? You get your book, didn't you?
I do have my book, buddy. Yes.
Okay, good. Now, have you been reading, watching the videos, or both? How you?
You know what? This one I didn't. I did read, but I haven't watched the video yet. And I was just thinking about that today. I thought I'd have time this morning. I was actually working with Rick, and so I take him out, and we go somewhere, and then that gets screwed up. So I said, I'll have time to watch it when I get home before the first, before lunch with Len. But I didn't.
Right.
So I read it.
Something gets in the way. How about you, Chris? How are you doing with the book and the videos?
I haven't watched a video in a while. I need to go back and watch them again.
Yeah. What I like to do, I like to watch the video before we have this first thing in the morning, and then I get my book and I usually highlight where Brendan says to highlight, because he wrote the book, so I figure if he tells you where to highlight, or if he goes over something, then I figure that's the important thing to highlight, because he wrote the darn book. So he's good at this.
Exactly. I can tell you some of my favorite passages in this section if you'd like.
Yeah, I love it. Love to hear your.
Please go.
Without making an actual attempt, without trial and error and strife, there could be no true knowledge, no progress, no high achievement, no legend.
What page are you on, Larry?
I'm on 141. Just the two highlighted sections in there, Let us remember that humankind must be measured by action alone, not intentions. What we intend is little importance when judging our character or gauging our happiness. Only action reveals our true selves, and only action moves us towards mastery.
Mm-hmm.
What page, Larry? 141?
141, sir.
Yeah. Yeah. I read that stuff this morning. Like I said, I read this whole chapter again this morning. It's just really powerful.
Yep, it's all about taking action. It's all about doing like you started off with. It's just by doing things and creating that momentum. Once you get things going, then we'll usually find a way. We'll find a way somehow.
The revelation for me is, is that the pain of not taking the action is worse than the pain of taking the action.
Yeah, when you're thinking about it, then.
And that's when I realized. That's what I realized about my hip. And then I suddenly realized that that is a truism for everything. We talk about the pain of regret sometimes. You
Right.
can 20 years from now and say, "Well, I should have done it," and.
Well, just like the very first quote in this chapter, cowards die many times before their deaths. The valiant never taste death but once. That's the very first quote in this chapter right here. So yeah, you sit around thinking about it, then like you said, the pain of regret where we didn't do something. So this one's all about taking that bull by the horns and doing things and taking the action. Yeah, I love that. There's a post, I think it was somewhere on Facebook the other day, and somebody was complaining about somebody else was complaining about being bored. Now I don't know, I can't imagine anymore ever being bored. I mean, everything that we have, could you guys ever imagine being bored anymore?
No. If I'm bored, I think I'm more tired.
Oh, yeah, it's okay.
And I'm not motivated to do anything. I'd be more tired. You know what? It's really weird because I told you one of my main addictions is television.
Oh, really?
And like I had to break the addiction where I get up in the morning and watch 2 or 3 hours of morning news.
Oh.
And it's like, and then I realize I'm getting bored, but I'm not bored. I'm wasting my life.
I quit that news stuff a long time ago. I used to be a news junkie myself. I always wanted to see what was going on in the world. And you're being bombarded with negative stuff.
How many beheadings can you watch in a day?
I know.
I mean, even on Facebook. I mean, Jesus, all this crap shows up on Facebook too. Who needs television? It's all over Facebook.
But yeah, I used to get the newspaper every day, when I was working, and I don't get that anymore.
Yep, me too. I quit that. My camera's not working anymore.
You're working, but we're seeing your shoulder.
Okay.
Oh, now we see you.
Okay.
There's that smile.
Yeah, I quit the whole newspaper thing. I quit. I mean, as soon as I hear a commercial, if the news comes on, if I'm driving in a car, because I like to listen to music, and if there might be some good.
Oops.
Bye, Bob.
Did we lose Bob? I think we should pass a basket and take a collection and raise some money to buy Bob a new computer. If you guys, I tell you, if you could see his computer, I'm going to do. You know what? When I'm at his house, I'm going to be there tomorrow. I'm going to take a picture of his computer for you. It is the epitome of baling wire, masking tape, and I mean, the whole thing's held together by tape.
We used to have that. We used to have everybody had a laptop at work, and it was a mounting in a truck and taken out, and you could take it in pits if you had to and stuff. There were some guys. One guy had Scotch locks, like you said, holding the top and bottom together. How does this thing work? Oh, it's easy. Just do this.
Well, he'll probably be back somewhere along the line. So I don't know, where were we? We're talking about getting into action, I guess. Bob has just disappeared. He fell off the planet.
I wonder where David is.
Yeah, that's unusual for David not to be here, huh? How about you, Chris? Are you finding it now? We got a really small, intimate group here, so I know that you've struggled with this, with getting into action. It's been a tough one for you, but you're doing just so many amazing things now. You blew me away the other night on that Hangout with Bert where you actually took that call live. And I know you didn't expect it to happen, but man. And I know you've probably rethought it a dozen times. You go, oh, my God, I should have said this. I could have done that. But you were amazing. You did it.
Well, I couldn't hang up on her. I had to talk to her. I knew it was going to answer for some reason. I just knew she was going to answer.
Oh, yeah, you could have said, oops, wrong number.
Well, I didn't have the script out.
Right.
What was this for? What was that training for?
It's
For
Recruit on Demand.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the lead stuff.
MLM Rod?
Yeah. Yeah. And interestingly enough, well, this is off topic, but I finally actually got a message back from Ryan today, and video training on the magic response stuff, so, or whatever it's called. So, but here's Bob again. He's trying to come back. I don't know what to do with him. Bob, I think what I should probably do is give him the Hangout link again. Let me just put this up in the chat.
It's still sitting there.
Yeah, I'll give it to him again. I don't know. Maybe he's... Because Bob, oh, there he is! He's back. I finally actually got a message back from Ryan today. What happened, Bob? Magic response stuff, so, whatever it's called. But, here's Bob again. He's trying to come back. Who's making all that noise? Bob?
It has to be Bob. It's not me.
It might be on twice or something.
Yeah, you're on twice. You're on twice now, Bob. You gotta kill the one. That happens to me all the time when I come in like that.
Yeah.
Better?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, am I back? I'm back. Right? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what happened. It just all of a sudden, whoop, I was gone. I could hear you. I could hear you guys, but I couldn't. I was like.
While you were gone, Bob, we decided we're going to pass a hat around and take a collection up so we can help you get a new.
Awesome. Give me a new car while you're at it.
Well, there's nothing wrong with the car you've got. It just doesn't have a roof. That's all.
Right.
At San Diego, you don't need a roof.
Exactly.
All you need is sunscreen on your head.
That's right.
Some of us have hair.
Yeah.
Also need sunscreen. All right, guys and girls. We're going to talk about this book early.
You know what? Another great thing I like in this that I had to go back to where I found. Oh, page 153. Oh no, that's not it. Wait a minute.
Actually, if you don't mind me butting in, Larry.
No, go ahead.
153 actually does have something that I circled it because let this be our mindset, and we shall have our abundance and learning and abundance of being. It's a very tough sentence to say. The reason I circled it is because so many people, and I know nobody in this group does. We all believe in the importance of mindset, but so many people poo-poo the idea of mindset. You know. Yeah, I heard that stuff before. That's not. My mind's just fine. Let us remember that with progress comes power, and with power, the greater possibility to enjoy life and serve others less fortunate. We can choose to use our success to change the world. Page 152. We can choose to use our success to change the world.
Yeah, it's powerful.
Yeah, and as I grow, I mean, I used to think that I wanted to make a little bit of extra money to supplement my Social Security and go scuba diving and skiing. But I'm really rethinking all that right now, and I'm really thinking that no, I don't want to make a little bit of money. I want to make a lot of money. In fact, you know, I told you guys, let me put this up here, and I know it's sort of off topic, but this is T. Harv Ekert's book, Secrets to the Millionaire Mind. And if you haven't read it, I suggest you do. And if you have, I suggest you read it. It is just a really powerful book about how we think about money. But I found some new stuff in there this week. But each of us, we have a mission to make as much money as we possibly can so we can help as many people as we possibly can, or help other things. Like in my case, it's not like just helping people. I would love to see us end. Why is there a child starving to death on this planet? And I know we can't end all the wars and the regional conflicts, but we sure as hell can help with food. We can help with clean drinking water, and we can help with the animals that are, the elephants that are being slaughtered.
There is so much good you can do if you have the resources to do it. There's so much good that you can, and a lot of people are doing that. Bill Gates, he's giving away billions of dollars. So many people are giving away lots of money. But if you don't have money, you can't give it away. So the best way to help the poor is not to become one of them.
Well, and I think for us, for our little group here, I think personally each one of us we have the ability to make a ton of money. We have it. It's there. It's sitting right in front of us. We're all very close. We're going to get there. And it's more than the ability. We have an obligation to do as much as we can to help the world because we have the ability to do it.
And I think we have the obligation to help ourselves because we have to help ourselves first before we can help the world. Now, one of my pet peeves is because you always hear about people talking, not always, but a lot of times you hear people talking about evil money is. So but if you look at like a balanced individual, a balanced person, am I frozen?
No, you're good.
Okay, we'll talk about the things that are important, like our spiritual life, our mental, emotional life, our health, our relationships, and our finances. So it's like a big piece of pie. So and sometimes people say, well, money, I don't want, you guys are greedy, those rich money people are no good. And so they'll pick on that one section. You never hear people pick on health. They never say, oh, no, that health is no good. I don't want health. You never hear people say that. Or you never hear people say, no, that relationship is no good. I don't think we should deal with people. But evil is money is like the one thing they pick out is sort of like the bad guy in the whole group. Not everybody does, but some people do. It's like it's the one piece that some people say, I don't want that piece of the pie. It's an evil piece of the pie. But it's not. It's not evil at all. It's not the whole pie. It's a part of the pie. Does that make sense?
Yes, I agree with you because we can do so much good. And it's funny is my dad when he grew up came from money. There's politicians in Chicago and stuff like they have a woods and expressway named after him. And
oh, really?
Yeah, and then when he was out on his own and doing his own stuff, he didn't go straight for that stuff at first. And when they developed their problems, we were kicked out of our house, and it was a huge come down for my dad and for all of us. I mean, it was a traumatic time. But you know what? He was able to come back from that, and that's one thing that I want to help people. This is kind of off topic a little bit, but Rick Johnson, who's going to train with me, he's a great trainer. He's got CP, and I'm bringing him onto my team. He's going to be able to get people. He knows how to bring people in. He's going to bring people in MLSP, and we're going to be business partners. But it's my goal to get him out of that little apartment that he's living in now.
What did you say, Larry?
Cerebral palsy.
Oh, okay.
And he was born with it, but he used to be he used to be a truck driver and a tow truck driver. And 5-6 years ago, it just hit him hard, and he couldn't do all that stuff. But he figures with working out and training that he can get back to where he was before, and it's my goal to get him there.
Awesome. That's wonderful.
We're going to do what we're going to do a Facebook group for our people in MLSP like so many other people do, and we're going to set trainings for them,
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to work together.
Cool. That's great. Does he live close to you?
He lives about 15 miles from me.
Okay, cool. That's awesome.
But 2 days a week now, I pick him up, I get him out of that apartment, we go to Panera, and we work on video stuff.
Okay.
And it's funny. I said, I sure hope nobody thinks we're dating. Because I tell him, because you know, Rick, you could do better.
That's funny.
But that's one of my immediate goals.
Oh, that's cool. That's awesome.
To get him fluid enough to get out of the apartment, get a new apartment.
Right. Yeah, that's cool. So did he just join MLSP just recently then?
He's joining today.
Oh, really? Okay, cool.
He's gonna be joining under me.
Okay.
It seems like he's enjoying lunch with Lynn.
He really does. He does love that. And I think you would probably enjoy this too. So, Len, you're going to have to make us both moderators next week.
No problem. Happy to have them.
Yeah, I had to jump out last week at the lunch with Lynn. As I was here, then my grandkids popped up. My little granddaughter put her head through the door. And I goes, oh, it kind of surprised me that they were here. I haven't seen them since my birthday, January 30th, and I think they were in my house. So I had to make a quick bow out here.
That was great. They're great.
Yeah.
I love the pictures.
Family first, you know.
Yeah.
That's right. Anyway, I think the money being evil was a catchphrase that came about, and I think we're all pretty much about the same age. It came about in our generation.
Yeah.
I remember my grandma telling me that money was evil.
Yeah, I'd always hear references to the rich, greedy people all the time. You know, we had 10 kids in our family, so there wasn't a lot of extra money hanging around. You know, so there's always references to the people who had money. It's like, yeah, those rich, greedy so and so's. You know, so it was that mindset of, you know, we didn't ever really had a lot. We had enough to get through, to get by, but it was just a mindset thing, and you grew up with that, and then you kind of believe that that's how it is. And there's a lot of people I see now on Facebook. They're always talking about that, you know, a certain political affiliation that's usually putting down the people that have, you know, the 3% to 1% and whatever, but they don't realize those are the ones that are giving back. Those are the ones that are building things for you know, feeding the people in Africa, giving them water. MLSP does that. MLSP provides water, you know, making those digging wells for children in Africa. There's so much good you can do if you have money. So,
yeah.
We can't. Just like I said, it's not the same thing as saying, well, you know, health just isn't a good thing. I want money, I want relationships, but I don't want health. It doesn't make sense to say that. You know,
Yeah.
one piece of the pie. I don't want health.
And all of a sudden one day I realized, hey, money is nothing but a man-made thing.
Mm-hmm.
It is energy, and by God, that energy can flow towards me.
Energy. That's exactly what it is, Chris. It's energy. For, you know, it provides some kind of a service. If we provide enough value, that energy will flow to us. If we put that energy out, that energy will flow back to us. I totally believe that. I've seen it. It's happening to me.
You know, I got one more passage I want to read with this.
Mm-hmm.
What page you on, buddy?
It's going to go from 144 to 145.
Okay, let's get there. Right on there. All right.
It says permission is not required, and a bunch of people they need approval and permission from other people. They are trapped by fear of criticism or abandonment. A long look across their lives reveals tendencies to always be waiting for permission and approval from others, like the teenager waiting for permission to go out. That is their eternal state of life, waiting for the nod of others. Great men and women don't give a damn if anyone approves. They rarely seek permission from the world because they know that the masses, bounded by mediocrity, will never approve of anything that breaks the convention or smacks of boldness or magic. I love that. That's great.
That's good.
Mm-hmm.
Now, here's one over here on page 147. Abundance is at hand. Or these are excuses. Like people will say there isn't enough time. There aren't enough resources. The economy is bad. No one is making it anymore. There's not enough to go around. These are cries of those blind to the universe's abundance, because the universe really is abundant. There's enough there is enough money to feed there is enough food to feed everybody in the world. There really is. There really is. And like Len said, it's up to us, to be part of that consciousness where we can make that people aware that we can do things. We can do things on a small level. But the first thing is to take care of ourselves. We have to get to the point where we're abundant enough, so then then we can start sharing that news with others and invite people in to share that good news with them. It's up to us to do that.
I agree.
Absolutely.
In other words, we got to go out there and make it happen, guys. We have to advance with abandon and make it happen. And I think, I see it happening with all you guys. I see it happening with Len, with all the people that are coming here. Larry, making new teammates and doing videos and stuff. Hey, how's Craig doing? What's he been up to?
I know I had one message from him that said he was having a really bad time. You folks, I think everybody here probably knows he's got a issue at home, a domestic issue.
Yeah, let's not talk about that on air, though. We can take care of that. I just thought that he was doing really well with videos. I seen him advancing through the ranks with MLS.
Yeah.
That's the reason why
That too. That too. But he still has like 6 points. He still needs several points. I think one of his people dropped out.
Yeah.
Not sure. But,
I haven't seen him for the last 2 or 3 days.
Yeah, I shot him a message this morning, and he hasn't answered back yet. I don't think he has. Let me go off to Facebook. Yeah, Bob, thanks for reminding me that we're broadcasting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So.
Are we frozen?
No, we're good.
It's slow. I don't know if it's my computer, but mine keeps freezing up. It might be I've been having trouble today for some reason. I don't know. I don't know if it's my computer or the internet or whatever. I was lucky I got on today. I had trouble with my loading my videos on here today too, but that's okay. I had a plumbing problem too that had nothing to do with the computer. Sometimes in life things just happen. So it's like who said it? Was it Freud? Freud said it. Did you ever hear that story when he was giving a big lecture with hundreds of kids, or I don't know if it was hundreds, but a real big lecture room, and he was in there and he's sitting back and he's smoking a cigar, and then one of the students got up and said, "Mr. Freud or Dr. Freud, how could you sit there and do this and sit there and smoke that cigar?" And then he's just sat back and he says, sometimes, I think they're making reference to having something oral in his mouth, and he said sometimes, he says, a cigar is just a cigar. I mean, there's no meaning to it. It's a cigar. It's got no meaning. Don't worry about it. Sometimes things just happen in life. Like today, I was watering my garden today, and I went to turn off the hose. And the hose just wouldn't turn off. So the whole bed just wouldn't turn off. That's weird. So I'm putting a lot of force on it. So I got a pair of pliers, and then I broke the thing all together. Broke it right off. So I couldn't turn the water off to the hose. So I put that in the pool. So I had to go and turn the water to the house off. So then I had, in order to get water back in the house, I had to go down to the hardware store to get another hose bed. So I had to do a whole bunch of plumbing work. That's why everything is kind of like I'm behind everything this morning. So if you smell me, I stink a little bit because I haven't taken a shower yet today. But that's it. Sometimes life just happens, and you got to roll with the punches. Yeah. Then I had computer issues today, but it's just life. It's going to happen to all of us. We're all going to get challenges. We're all going to get these little challenges. We can't sit there and complain about poor me. It's going to happen to every single one of us. So we got to just roll with it and move on, advance with abandon, And I tell you, what, this whole book actually really changed everything about me. It started back, I think I first got this book in October. Back in October, I started reading this book, and I started doing that whole journaling thing. Back then, I started doing a journal. Then that's what led up to the whole me doing gratitude. The next chapter we're going to start next week is gratitude. I've got that whole thing highlighted. This whole thing about gratitude, and that's I've been doing every single day this year is making those gratitude movies, videos every single day. And this year I've done that, and I think it all stemmed from this book right here, from the Motivation Manifesto. It's about taking the bull by the horns, taking action, and just doing what you have to do to succeed, whatever that is.
Your videos are great.
Well, thank you. To me, it makes a difference for me when I wake up in the morning because I'm always thinking about who am I grateful for. There's always somebody. There's always somebody that I'm grateful for. It's like working out. We might say we want to work out, but you're not thinking about it every single day. But if it becomes a ritual, if it becomes a habit, and that's how this gratitude has become for me. It's a habit now where I must do it. I must think of who I'm grateful for. If I don't do it, then I feel it's like you wake up in the morning and forgetting to brush your teeth. You feel weird. You just feel like there's something missing. So I have to do it now. Love it.
Yeah, yep. It's really interesting. I've mentioned this before, but my Coffee with Len videos are in the same category. When I did the first one last October, November, it was like, I was just going to make a video this morning. Why don't I just call it Coffee with Len? I didn't think much about it. I didn't plan for it, but now it's like, I wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning going, I wonder what Coffee with Len's going to be about today. It's part of my life now. Just
right.
I would miss it if I didn't do it.
It becomes a ritual.
Yeah.
It's not like, okay, I'm going to do a Coffee with Len maybe 3 days this week, maybe 4 days next week. No, it's got to be something. If you want something to stick, you got to do it every single day. It's got to become you.
Well, it's an interesting number of people that are following those things too. It's just amazing to me how many times I hear people tell me they see my videos every day, even though they don't comment on them every day or
right.
Thing. Got to get into action, got to stay in action.
Exactly. Yeah.
What do all of our mentors tell us? Get into action, stay in action, be consistent.
Yeah. They do that.
That's why they're the mentors, because they've done that. They've done exactly that.
Yeah.
Are you guys going to see Bert?
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, I guess he's coming here Sunday.
Well, he's here.
He's here.
He's in San Diego. In fact, there was a posting on Facebook today, a picture of him with Malia. They were together this morning.
Okay.
So.
Is he there for an event or for vacation?
No, I believe that he and Diane Hoffman are attending an event. I don't know. I actually don't know what's here. He made the comment the other day that he was attending an event here, that it was a different event and wasn't the same industry.
I don't know that Diane's part of it, but Malia is.
Well, Diana told me that she was coming to San Diego in sometime soon, so I was assuming that she's here with Bart, but maybe she isn't. You might be right about that, Chris. I don't know. Because I haven't seen anything from Diane about her being here. But, again, like I said, she did say a couple, 3 weeks ago that she was coming to San Diego sometime soon.
If it wouldn't take me 3 hours to drive, I'd come down.
It would take me a few more hours to drive.
Yeah, I think so.
3 hours. 3 hours. Is that all it would take you, Chris?
I don't even know if it would take quite that long. It's 3 hours from here to Vegas.
That's the wrong direction.
Well, I know that. But I think it's 3 hours that way, too, depending on the traffic.
But if you go to Vegas and win a lot of money, you can fly back here.
What part of California you live, Chris?
California City. I'm right out in the middle of the Mojave Desert.
Is there how many people live around you, Chris?
I don't need to win any money to fly. I retired from an airline, remember?
Oh, okay. That's where you can fly anytime you want. You have to fly standby, Chris?
I have to fly standby.
Okay.
I used to tell people I can go anywhere I want in the world. I just can't afford to get off the airplane.
How do they base it? They base on you. If you go standby, they base it on seniority.
Usually they'll let vacation passes go first. People that are on vacation,
Okay.
you know, that are still working. So yeah, the retired people are the low people on the totem pole.
Are they?
What airline do you retire from?
Continental/United.
How
But
many years?
I was part of Continental, so United was not happy. When we took the name United, they thought that they had bought Continental, but it was the other way around. And when they found out things were not going to go United's way, those people were not happy.
How many years did you work for?
18.
You were a stewardess?
No. I worked at the McCarran.
You were a mechanic?
No, I worked at McCarran in baggage service, actually.
Oh, okay.
So if you lost your bag, you came to see me.
Okay. All right. Well, we seem to have drifted off topic. Are we sort of done with this chapter of the book?
I think so.
Yeah.
I think we're done with this chapter in this book. I think we're ready to move on. Unless anybody else has something they want to add to it. It's all about taking action. It's all about us just going out there and doing what we have to do. I think we all kind of know what we have to do, right? I know what I have to do.
Yeah, me too.
Just a matter of doing it.
Somewhere in here, didn't it say if you're not, you're being your own enemy?
Yeah. Yeah. You know, I think we can start thinking. Then it gets to the point of thinking of excuses why we shouldn't or why we can't. And you can always find those excuses. You can always find a reason why. You know,
Yeah, there's a list of what if it doesn't work out. What if I can't handle it? What if I'm not good enough? What if they don't like me? What if I lose? What if I can't turn back? What if they take advantage of me?
In other words, don't start. Just get frozen, get paralyzed. And
That was actually back in Defeat Our Demons. Because it just flipped open when you said that. Isn't that weird?
Yeah.
But it's the same thing. It's the same message. All the excuses we can make for why we're moving forward.
Yep. Taking action, creating momentum, and moving on, doing what you have to do.
Well, I'm on page 154, which is the last page of the chapter. And at the bottom of the page, it says, "Let us go now. We have work to do, influence to gain, service to render, power to share, freedom to achieve for our loved ones. So let us advance and begin great things now." And
That's a great way to end it.
Huh?
Great way to end it.
But that's exactly the reason I read it. Because we're talking about, okay, we're just about done with this chapter, so I'm thinking, well, time to move it on. Time to take the next step. Time to take the next chapter.
All right, we're moving on to joy and gratitude.
Well, but not today.
No.
Yeah. We'll pick it up
Next week. All right, my guys.
So we all done?
I used to have some women that came.
We're done. I
me
have
too.
to try to find my video for today. I get that lost somewhere in techno space somewhere, so I got to go.
I can send you one of mine. Just a file. Okay. Unless anyone has an objection, I'm going to kill the broadcast and go off and get some lunch.
That was before, I thought. You had lunch before.
Yeah, I thought it was lunch with Len.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, Len missed lunch today.
I think Chris is the only one that eats lunch while I'm watching Lunch with Len.
Actually, I had lunch just before. That's funny.
I'm still waiting for her to bring me a taco.
Okay.
All right, my friend.
Okay, guys, we'll talk to you later on then.
All right, thanks. Have a great weekend.
Bye-bye.
See you
Bye,
tomorrow.
guys.